Well, here we are for an unprecedented show match between two very strong players in the game at the moment. In the north of the map tournament, Dustball No Poker, it is Bikerushownz as GDI Vanilla. And if we slide to the south of the map as the Green Nod Vanilla, it is Eclipse. This is a best of 9 between these two players. And they have, I don't know if there's money on the line, I haven't been told that. I just heard there was a best of 9 going on, and I thought, hey, I'm going to jump in and cast this. And Bikerush already doing something a bit out of the ordinary here, going to the right-hand side with the second engineer. So, I'm not sure how these guys agreed on this show match, or what the terms are. But I just know that we do have a little bit of a show match. I don't know if it's a grudge match, maybe, because I do remember there was a stream maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago where Bikerush got absolutely annihilated by Eclipse. So maybe this is Bikerush looking for redemption, I'm not too sure. But this engineer, we're going to have to keep an eye on that. 2 rifles on the left-hand side going to be getting picked off here by militants. That rifleman does just survive. But, yeah, it's been a while since I have casted some 1v1s. Obviously, I casted the 2v2 finals between Phoenix, Drive, and Shock Trooper and Eclipse. And they were some very good games. Obviously, he had the help of Glospari there. He's also a very talented caster. I did enjoy casting with him because he's quite knowledgeable. A lot of people probably don't know this, but he was pro on Xbox, which, I mean, you know, some would say that doesn't mean much, but it does mean something, because it does mean you have experience in the game, even if it is a sort of a different version of the game. But I'm just sort of rambling on. There's not too much going on in this game. This engineer is making its way along the right-hand side of the map here. Bikerushownz expanding to place that second power plant, and Eclipse has deployed. Now, I think there was a bit of a rule. Now, I'm not too sure if this rule will be followed, but I know that there was talk that Bikerush may not be able to pick Nod throughout this series. Now, I don't know if he would anyway. I don't know if he would want to Nod mirror Eclipse. Because he does play a lot of GDI at the moment, and I think he thinks GDI is the best faction. So, I don't know if he'd pick Nod anyway, but here we go. Pitbull coming in, and another Pitbull coming in as well. Scorpion Tank comes out from Eclipse. He's going to just hold this off quite comfortably. So this early sort of... It's only 3 Pitbulls he's produced. He does probably want to send those Pitbulls to defend this one from going down, though. You don't want to just lose a Pitbull like that for free. Refinery down. Here we go, and here's that engineer. I think Eclipse has seen it. No, he has. I thought that buggy was heading... Oh my gosh, excuse me. Straight in to attack it then, but unfortunately not. Pitbull's coming in onto these harvesters. Rocket squads are going to be produced. That harvester's actually almost gone down. Oh, it's going to be close, you know. Eclipse needs to pull that away. Yeah, he pulls it away now, but it's only, I think, 1 shot away. If this Pitbull is microed... Oh, Bikerush doesn't quite micro. Oh, he might still... Oh my gosh. Oh, his MCV must have got capped. Bikerush must have got it. He did. I think he got the MCV. I was too busy focused over there, but we can see on the radar, it looks like that's been captured. And the clip sells out. I thought he was saying XD because he'd saved that harvester, but there we go. That's game number 1 out of the way. Bikerush will take a 1-0 lead. Alright, game number 2 of this series takes us to the map tournament Highlands. And the right-hand side of the map is the green Nod Vanilla. It is Eclipse. And sliding over to the left-hand side is the pink GDI Vanilla. It is Bikerushownz. This might be the matchup for the whole series. I think it's still GDI versus Nod. Yes, it is. So this could end up being the matchup for the whole series. I'm not too sure if either player are really going to try and diverge away from this. Is Bikerush going to go 3 engineers again? Oh, surely not. Surely he's not going to go for this exact same play. Wait, whoa, Eclipse is going 4 engineers. Is he going to go for an operations center here? This might be an operations center. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's going for an operations center. So he's going to try and take these 2 spikes with the airfield. A lot of players have started doing this. I feel like I am a big player that brought this back. I saw Hydraulic do it way back in some of Green Zero's videos. And then I was like, I think Highlands is a good map to do it on. And ever since then, I've noticed a lot of players have started doing it again. So I want to take some of the credit for bringing this build back into the meta. I think it's quite powerful on a map like this, and it'll be even more powerful because Bikerush has gone for an extra engineer, so he's not going to have as much money to defend himself from this. I think this is a slight error here. He should pick up that Blackhand squad, because if Bikerush had that garrison, it would be really hard for him to slodge. He'd have to wait for the Blackhand squad to walk all the way over. He is lucky on this occasion, it won't matter. But here comes Bikerush. He's going to see this now, and he's going to know, okay, there's carryalls on the map. He's doing something a bit weird. And has he built a Venom? He's going to need a Venom, because he's going to need to kill these scouts that come out. Yeah, he does have a Venom, okay. So yeah, he's going to need to kill those scouts, because otherwise, oh my god, is Bikerush going to send a Harvester? I don't think he's going to get there in time. If Eclipse is quick, no, Bikerush realizes he's not going to get there in time, and just sends it away. So a bit of lost mining time there, but Eclipse is going to be on 4 Tiberium spikes. Now, where is this Bikerush engineer? Bikerush engineer is down here, so we do need to keep an eye on that again. And here we go. It looks like Bikerush is just going to try and retake them straight away. Second Harvester is out for Eclipse, and if this is the third one, he's in a really good position. Yeah, he's going to be in a really nice position, because Bikerush is going to spend all this money to regain his spikes, but there's a Blackhand squad garrisoned in here. That's going to be really difficult to dislodge for Bikerush, because he doesn't have any Grenader squads, and Blackhand squads are just annoying. Unless you have like a Predator tank, it's going to be really difficult to get rid of that. Air Tower does still stand for Eclipse, but the expansion is on the way for Bikerush. So both players in a very different path in this game at the moment. Actually, that APC is actually going across the map. He's not trying to retake this one. Maybe he realizes he can't get it because of the Blackhand squad in that building. Does have a 4th Harvester out, but Eclipse gets a 2nd refinery down. So the economy is going to be pretty even here. Oh, he actually booby-trapped the tip spike, so the engineer dies. This Blackhand squad's leaving. I'm not sure about that. I would keep the Blackhand squad in there, but maybe he thinks he can try and snipe a power plant. Where's this APC? Where's the other APC? The other APC is actually over here. This Blackhand squad's moving out. This power plant is really exposed, so maybe he can get that. Venom flying around. Are we going to see a second war factory from Eclipse? I think we are. 5 Harvesters out now. And 5 for Bikerush, but you got to remember, Eclipse has 3 tip spikes under his control, compared to just the 2... Oh, no, for none, sorry, for Bikerush. Goodness me. But this power plant, yeah, here we go. So that Blackhand squad is going to be able to take out that power plant. But Bikerush should now realize that means that that tip spike is undefended. So maybe he'll be able to go and take it. Oh, the engineer. I almost missed it again, but the engineer does get sniped. And he does see the... Bikerush does see the double war factory. And it looks like Bikerush is going to try and take that tip spike in the top right corner. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it. There's too many units here, I think. He's going to actually just lose the APC. Oh, he switches it over. Very clever from Bikerush. He switched the engineer over to the other APC. And now these units are actually going to start to move into the minefield, maybe. No, not quite. But, oh, he does get it. He does actually get it. So it was hidden behind the tip spike. Even I didn't see that. So what chance would Eclipse have had when you're microing and zipping around the map? Now, this Harvester is in a lot of danger here, because if Eclipse suddenly veers north, he's going to be in quite a bit of trouble. Double War Factory still pumping, but no expansion yet. Bikerush has gone for a 4th refinery, so he doesn't have many units to defend this incoming attack of bikes. So Eclipse has a big chance here. He needs to get damage done, because otherwise Bikerush is just going to eco him out of the game. And 1 Harvester will go down, but I think there's enough pickles here to defend this. Yeah, I feel like Eclipse is going to lose a little bit too much here and not get enough done. Oh, he's actually dropped a minefield off right in front of the war factory. That's really annoying. And it's obviously taken some damage off these Harvesters, yeah, because he's going to lose another one. This Harvester was already at half health when the bikes came in, so that Harvester goes down. So 2 Harvesters do go down. Eclipse is taking that southern field. Bikerush is taking a swing at that top blue field. And now this Blackhand squad's coming in. It's probably going to flame down that... Oh, he could flame down the watchtower, probably. The Pipples are going to be able to shut it down with the help of the watchtower. And the bike buggy is now... Oh, it's actually transitioning out of it. He's going into Scorpion tanks here. Second ref needs to be close. This has to be a refinery. Yeah, it is. So a second refinery does come down. Tier 2 is down for Bikerush. Upgrading some power plants there. Bikerush has actually got control of that spike in the top right corner, but these 2 are still owned by Eclipse. And here we go. The Venom from the start of the game still rocking around, being annoying, and Predator tanks coming out. Are we going to see Hammerheads or Orcas? I imagine we'll probably see Hammerheads from Bikerush. Yeah, it looks too slow to be an Orca. That 4-second difference. Pretty easy to tell. Now, we do know Bikerush loves his rocket heads. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what we see him go into, especially when he sees that Eclipse is going into Scorpion tanks. He's actually just going for one hammerhead, so maybe trying to fake him out. He's going to show him the hammerhead and go, hey, Eclipse, look, I'm building hammerheads. He's going to lose it straight away, though. Guardian Cannon comes down. There's rocket squads here. Predator tanks also trying to reinforce. And yeah, Eclipse is not going to be able to break through that. There's just a little bit too much firepower there. And Pitbull's in the south. They're going to pick off a Harvester here. So Bikerush, even though Eclipse had quite a good start, I think Bikerush is pulling this back really nicely. Tier 2 is up for Eclipse, but Tier 3 already out for Bikerush, and he's probably going to race down for that Marv. A Marv just so good on a map like this with a massive field in the middle. It's going to be really hard for Eclipse to dislodge that without his own technology. 2 bikes instantly sniped there. Good split fire from Bike, but he probably will lose a Pitbull for it. But still a good trade overall, but he is a little bit out of position here. There's not many units here. Bikerush has been on one War Factory this whole game, and has just been able to hold hold Eclipse off. But Eclipse is now going to make a move here. He's got a lot of Scorpion tanks and some Bike Buggy. So if there were any Hammerheads to rock up, he would have defense for them. And a second MCV comes out, as well as a Marv. Sonic Emitter is ready to drop down. I believe that would be a Sonic Emitter. And Eclipse will fall back. No, is he going to fall back? No, yeah, he's going to fall back. Tech is down. Laser capacitors, or is it coils? It's probably laser capacitors is on the way. Chem plant is down, so we're probably going to see a click very soon here, but he does need to get vision on the base. The Venoms are going to try and fly over to get a look, but there's Pitbulls here, and the Pitbulls may be able to stop the Venoms from getting there. One Venom goes down, though. The other Venom will get in. The Zone Trooper jump jetting away to make sure it doesn't lose some members, or even lose all of the members to that Venom. But there goes the Catalyst Missile, takes out one of the refineries, but Bikerush already onto it, rebuilds a second one straight away. He knew that the click was coming when he scanned. He saw that the Tib Chem plant and was like, I need to build a second refinery because it's going to get hit. And the second MCV from Bikerush has made a move to the middle of the map. So Bikerush again just taking control of this game again. There's Venoms here, and of course they aren't going to do a hell of a lot of damage, but they will slowly pick away at all of these riflemen and rocket squads that were a part of that army. And this triple Zone Trooper Marv, one engineer looks like it's going to try and make its way into the Marv, but there is Venoms there. The Venoms might be able to sweep in and snipe that. Only one AA battery to stop it. And here comes some Tibcore bikes, actually may be able to take out a Juggernaut here. If he can micro the bikes well enough to not get hit by that Sonic Emitter. No, another bike does go down. There's also an AA battery taking out the Venoms. But I think he's going to get this Juggernaut, but is he going to have enough left over to take out the Husk? I'm not sure he is. Oh, it's going to be really tight. Can he get the Husk before the Venom goes down? No, I don't think he's going to get it. He's not going to get it, and there it goes. The Juggernaut does hold onto its life. And he will be able to reclaim that Bikerush at a later date. This chem plant needs to be repowered. Look how much Tiberium is still here for Eclipse. He's barely touched this field. That's unbelievable. Like, you look at Bikerush's field in comparison, and now he has a refinery in the middle. He's harvested his southern field. Bikerush, the only disadvantage he has economically is that it's 2 spikes to 1, but I don't think that's going to worry him. At this stage, I am surprised he hasn't made a move for that tip spike. Right as I say it, he is going to make a move for it. Stealth tanks out from Eclipse. But Bikerush, yeah, he's already got Zone Troopers in his tib field with Scanner Packs, so he's ready for those Stealth Tanks. He's not going to let them do any damage to him. This Pitbull in the south looks like it's going to be picked off here. Stealth Tank is trying to respond, but I don't think it's going to matter. That goes down. Stealth Tank now starting to shoot at his Pitbulls, but I don't think there's enough Pitbulls to handle that Stealth Tank. No, there isn't, and he's going to lose all of his Pitbulls for that. Doesn't even get the Stealth Tank. And now, here comes Eclipse. Again, Eclipse does this quite often. I've noticed, even when I've played against Eclipse. Oh my god, Supersonic comes in, only takes out one Vertigo. But still, I mean, there's not much else for a Supersonic to be used on against a Nod. And here we go, the big engagement is going to start here. Avatars and Redeemer. There comes the Shockwave Artillery. What can he lock down here? Big Mine Drop on top of that Marv. Takes it down to 50 HP. The Shockwave hits a Scorpion Tank and a Disruption Tower, and that is it. So an absolute whiff of a Sonic Emitter there. Supersonic. Whatever the hell it's called. Big Tib Vein hits here. Juggernauts are starting to lose their health. Vertigo Bombers should be able to come in and finish those off, you know. And he's starting to run out of forces here, his Bikerush. That Shockwave miss is so critical as a GDI. When you lose, well, you get absolutely nothing locked down. This Juggernaut's going to get crushed by the Redeemer. Sonic Emitters actually might take out his own Marv here. No, not quite. Zone Trooper here now on the front line, and there's infantry with upgrades here as well. Bikerush may actually get pushed down to this position, unbelievably. Sonic Emitter drop down. No, 2 Sonic Emitters come down to save the day, and I think that Is that Redeemer going to go down? No, the Redeemer escapes with the slightest bit of health. Vertigo Bombers come over the top, take out another Juggernaut. He needs to start to reclaim these husks. This War Factory here on the front line taking a lot of damage. It does have that laser fence, which gives it 100% more HP. And that Marv just survives, as well as Eclipse's Redeemer just surviving. The husks are starting to be cleaned up. The MCV will continue to move forward from Bikerushownz. He is going to look to put the killer blow onto Eclipse here, but he's reinforcing. He's got 4 avatars still on the front line here. There's only 1 Juggernaut. The MCV may get shot down here if a Rage Gen came off right now, and the Rage Gen... No, I thought it was going off, but it didn't come down. 2 Juggernauts here reinforcing the front line. This avatar is slowly picking them off. Those AA batteries have been placed on top of each other. An Obelisk comes down here. This could be really bad for Bikerush. He may actually lose this. The Juggernauts are going to get killed again. The Juggernauts go down to the Vertigo Bombers. There's Spectre Artillery out now. Where are the Sonic Emitters for Bikerush? He needs the Sonic Emitters, and he needs them now. Here we go. Rage Gen goes off, but that Redeemer has just walked itself into its own death trap there. Unbelievably bad play from Eclipse there. And the Spectre Artillery are trying to put down the fire onto that Marv. Spectres and Vertigo Bombers trying to clean up what is left here from Bikerush, but I think Bikerush may have just done enough. This MCV is probably going to fall. There's still 2 avatars on the field as well as the Spectres, but with Eclipse pushed off this field, Bikerush is going to be unopposed to take the rest of this field, and I think he's going to lose his last Vertigo Bomber. Oh no, there's 2 more out of nowhere. Where have they come from? Eclipse is just building these Vertigos non-stop, but they might get stuck on the airfield here. Bikerush is going to take him all the way to the airfield and maybe kill all of the Vertigos on the deck here. That's really bad for Eclipse. He doesn't have an MCV, he doesn't have a Redeemer, but Bikerush really hasn't established himself on this middle field. He needs to move some harvesters over there, get a second refinery down, maybe even harvest some of it if he has to. That tip spike has been destroyed. I guess it was booby-trapped as well when Bikerush tried to take it. Yeah, and there we go. So the Vertigos have been stopped, but I think this is going to be a Redeemer and an MCV. Eclipse just has money, doesn't he? And I guess that's the benefit of when his tip field was still half full and Bikerush's was depleted. That means that if Bikerush wasn't able to kill him while he had that advantage, Eclipse suddenly is the one with the advantage. Chemplant has been sold off, so we won't see any more clicks out of Eclipse. But here we go. More Spectres coming out. No, he's actually built a stealth tank there. So a stealth tank going to the south. And the game has actually sort of halted for a little bit here. Dual Flame in the Redeemer. Interesting choice there from Eclipse. We're actually going to see... Oh, is this going to be Emp Grenades? Yeah, he's going for Emp Grenades. Interesting choice. You don't normally see this versus Nods. Just because, you know, it's a bit riskier to try and do it versus Nods. I'm not really sure why we don't really see it, because it's probably worse versus Scrin than it is versus Nods. But here we go. Bikerush taking all of the blue Tiberium at the south here. And that could be what ends Eclipse here, is that he has no control of any Tiberium. Bikerush has all of this Tiberium under his control. Eclipse has, well, 2 fields. He's not even getting the blue field. Oh, he is getting the top field, blue field, but I think Bikerush has mined most of that as well. And it's 1 spike apiece. Rage Gen did go off. 1 grenade squad will be destroyed. There's actually a avatar here. Sniper Team comes out really clever from Bikerush. Sniper Team's a stealth unit that detects stealth. I mean, that's as good as it gets for stealth detection. Wouldn't mind seeing some sensor pods come down as well, actually. That would be a really good choice. This grenade squad's going to get hit by Spectres. Yeah, there we go. Also, the barracks getting hit. But, yeah, I think Eclipse is sort of on a time bomb now. He needs to kill Bikerush really soon. He's got a second refinery in the middle. Bikerush is he's probably floating money, to be honest. Yeah, he is. Floating 4K. He's going for an airfield. He's got a Sonic emitter ready. Did he sell off one of his MCVs? He did. He sold off his MCV at the back, so it doesn't look like he's going to try and continue to base push with Sonic emitters. It's going to be all about Juggernauts and Emp Grenades for Bikerush now. The Sniper Team is in range, so he knows where the Redeemer is. Does he have a tier 4? Is he going to go for another Shockwave? Maybe not. There is a stealth tank in the base of Bikerush, so maybe that can achieve something, but again, there's not a hell of a lot to kill here because all of Bikerush's economy is from the middle of the map. Hammerheads are coming out. There goes the Emp Grenades. They do just miss, and the Rage Gen goes off, so some of those infantry units are going to go... Actually, 2 Juggernauts get destroyed, and a few Pitbulls. Wow, that was actually a really good Rage Gen for Eclipse. But Bikerush may just move forward now. He may know that he is in the dominant position, and even if he loses an engagement here, he's probably still going to win. But he doesn't want to get overconfident. There's no Vertigos being rebuilt here. The MCV is right on the front line, which is not where you want it to be. the sniper teams are just going to escape, and that's really important because having those sniper teams means that he is able to detect the stealth. Here comes a big orbital on top of those Spectres, and the Shockwave Artillery moving onto the Redeemer. The Redeemer is going to continue to move forward and probably just move straight out of that, but it is just moving straight into the danger zone of the Marv and the Juggernauts, and the Redeemer's health is falling extremely quickly. The sniper team is still there to detect it, and grenades are there if they are needed, but they don't seem to be necessary. The dual beam avatars from the north side are going to be destroyed as well, and Eclipse, unfortunately, has lost his army and will lose this game. And Bikerush will take a 2-0 lead. I imagine it's just a matter of time before the GG comes down from Eclipse. There is still stealth tanks in the back of his base, but it doesn't matter. There's now zone troopers here, and they will be able to take out those stealth tanks. No, they actually get away, but it's just delaying the inevitable, really. Taking Micro away from the front line for Bikerush while he cleans up what's left. Eclipse has no production left on the map. And that will be it. I'm just waiting for Eclipse to call the GG, which it doesn't seem like he wants to do. But he's definitely dead. He is definitely dead. He's actually crushed one of the stealth tanks. And there we go. There's the GG. Welcome to game number 3 of this series between Bikerushownz and Eclipse. And on the north side of Tournament LA, it is green, not Eclipse. And he needs to bounce back. He is 2-0 down in the series. And in the south, Bikerushownz as the blue GDI. Here we are again for another game here between these two players. Now, Eclipse, we know he's capable of beating Bikerush. We saw it on a stream not too long ago. Where he did a really good job of playing against Bikerush. I'm not sure if the game's turned around. I only saw the first 4 or 5, and Eclipse, I think, won all of them. So, he's more than capable of doing this. He's more than capable of winning. And, I'm sure it won't be a 5-0. I really hope it's not a 5-0. That would be really disappointing, because Eclipse is a better player than that. He doesn't deserve to lose 5-0. I'd argue that, with the current events in the world, Eclipse is probably third best player at the moment, with the players that are currently unable to play. So, you know, unless you maybe Phoenix is better since Phoenix has come back. You probably argue that Phoenix is better, but maybe Phoenix is a bit out of form in the 1v1 scene and maybe wouldn't be able to quite compete just yet, but he's always been a very good player whenever he's come back. So, but it's hard to rate him at the moment with his absence from the game for quite some time. But yeah, Eclipse is probably he's one of the best players, whether it's with everyone who plays or not. He is still up there as one of the best. So he's definitely more than capable, is what I'm trying to say. That's the point I'm trying to get across. I expect Eclipse to win quite a few games in this series. It's going to be a tough road back to win the series now, however, with it being a 2-0 lead to Bikerush. But crazier things have happened in the world of Command & Conquer. And we will see what he can achieve. Actually going for the blue Tiberium nice and early here, and building a Scorpion tank, so very interesting. Bikerush instead going for that 5th Harvester and also sending it straight to the blue Tib. Probably going to follow it up with Pitbulls, I would imagine. Yeah, Pitbulls are coming out. Bikerush actually decides not to go for the blue Tib, maybe realizing that early Scorpion tank means Eclipse is going for it, and doesn't want to contest with Pitbulls. That scout does get cleaned up. No harvesters being built, but a 3rd refinery down already, but a 3rd refinery down as well for Bikerush. And Eclipse is getting that blue Tiberium, so a really nice eco boost there for him. Of course, Bikerush has just instead decided to go for a mass mine on the green Tib. Where is that Pitbull? That Pitbull's actually coming back to base. 2 Scorpion tanks are going to make a move into the main base of Bikerush, and they're going to force out some infantry. So that's quite nice for Eclipse, just stopping him from building more refineries. If Eclipse is going for a 4th refinery, he's actually in quite a good position here. But I imagine, yes, it's going to be a 2nd war factory. So This is the thing with Bikerush of late, is he tries to just go 4 refineries with 1 barracks and 1 war factory and just hold you off, and eventually he'll just win the game because you've gone for units and he's gone for eco and you didn't kill anything. So it's really important for Eclipse to be able to, with this double war factory, do some damage. He needs to do economic damage to Bikerush, or at the very least, contain Bikerush in his base long enough that you get yourself to your 3rd and take your blue Tiberium. And it's a tough ask, because look at Bikerush, he's got 10 harvesters. So even if you kill 2 or 3 of them, he still has a really strong economy. Of course, it's better like this when you got 2 and 5 on 2 fields. It's unbelievable how much money you can get as quickly as you can get it. But here we go, this bottom flank is quite exposed. There's a couple of rocket squads moving to the north side of the field, but there's nothing to protect this southern flank, and Eclipse may get a nice little jump here on Bikerush. There is a tier 2 here. We can see APMO coming in, but here we go. The harvesters are going to start to be attacked, and the raider buggies are picking off the rocket squads. 1 harvester is going to go down straight away. Oh, a big splash though, however. Big splash, and Eclipse may lose quite a few units for that. He is going to escape with 2 bikes. No, he stops moving. He stops moving now. He gets it moving now. Orca Strike does come in. Not on the bikes. He's trying to go across the map and hit something over here. He's going to try and hit that harvester in the refinery. Venoms are now out on the field for Eclipse. And Eclipse actually also has... Oh, no, he doesn't. I thought he had a really good economy as well, but it looks like he only has 3 harvesters here and 4 over here. So Bikerush's economy is still spectacular in comparison. 2 more harvesters on the field, but Eclipse has been taking that blue Tiberium. So, bit of an even match there when you think about it. Scorpion tanks moving through the middle of the map. There's actually not a hell of a lot to deal with Scorpion tanks on the on Bikerush's side of the map here. He does have a tier 3, so a Sonic Emitter will be on the way, but the Scorpion tanks are going to start to make a move. Bikerush looking like he's under a little bit of pressure here. There's Hammerheads here with rockets inside, but of course there's Bike Buggy and there's Venoms here as well. And the Scorpion tanks are going to make a move, and here we go. We might see some more economic damage here. Sonic Emitter does come down. Big Sonic Emitter here, takes out 2 Scorpion tanks and puts 2 to red health. He should still get this harvester at the back here. He is going to get 1 more harvester, so not too bad. Forced out the Sonic Emitter, kills a harvester, and now he's killing quite a lot of the Pipples here. Doesn't want to throw these Venoms away. Oh, bad by Eclipse. He loses those Venoms a bit unnecessarily. But this is exactly what he needs to do. He's putting the pressure. Another harvester actually goes down that was going for the blue tip. 2nd MCV and a Marv on the way. So this is the build that we're seeing from a lot of GDI players on maps like this, where the 3rd field is within reach of a 2nd MCV. Is this Marv play, push to the 3rd. But here comes the chem plant, so here we go. The Bike Buggy is making a move to this side of the map. Catalyst will come down, here we go. Hits the refinery on the south side, but is that another refinery already? Yeah, look at Bikerush, man. He's 1 step ahead, and he's already got that refinery ready. Well, here we go, Mars. Oh my lord. Eclipse moving to the left-hand side with that MCV. So he is ready to try and counter this build. Oh my god, what just happened there? Was that like all of his Scorpion tanks stacked up? I can't believe I just missed that. I might go back and watch the replay and have a look at what happened there. Bikerush. Oh no, he doesn't get a load of blue tip. That's barely anything. Not supersonic. Laser capacitors is almost on the way. Redeemer being built on this left-hand side. Marv on the right, moving into this Tiberium field. And now, so this is the thing with this build. Bikerush is now going to move to this left-hand side field and use the money from his Marvesting this field to fund a push on the left-hand side. But Eclipse is sort of already prepared for this, and he's building a Redeemer over there. So it might be quite hard for Bikerush to push because he doesn't have any Juggernauts yet. In fact, he's not even building any. He doesn't have anything that's going to support this MCV on the left-hand side, which means Eclipse may be able to just steamroll this side. And we may see a 3-field v 3-field type of game anyway. Obelisk comes down, and with the help of the stealth tank, there's no way that these Pipples are going to be able to push in. But here, oh my god, Sonic Emitter comes down right on top of that Obelisk. Another Obelisk comes down. The Redeemer is going to come out, though. Unfortunately for Bikerush, he's not going to be able to deny that. He may be able to get the stealth tank here. No, not quite. The Redeemer does come out. Rage Gen will not be too far away, you would imagine. He's got to go for that Rage Gen because the Pitbulls do quite a lot of damage to each other. No, he's not even going to worry about it. just going to continue the push here. Obelisks being dropped on the front line with the help of the Redeemer, but there are now 2 Sonic emitters here. He does want to deny that War Factory before a Juggernaut comes out. Juggernaut comes out. He can just insta-kill that, though, with the Obelisks and the Redeemer. Needs to just focus that Juggernaut down, and well done, he does. Well done by Eclipse. He focuses it down straight away. Venom's on the south side trying to get in. There's a Black Hand Squad here causing issues. There's Juggernauts moving across the map for Bikerush. Another Sonic emitter does come down. And here we go, the Marv on the right-hand side. Here we go, he's Marvising this tip field. But this is a big issue for Bikerush because if he's not able to push Eclipse off this position, he pretty much loses the game. And Eclipse is he's holding this, I think. I think he's going to hold this. But the Juggernauts are starting to reinforce. The Marv, I think, needs to come over here for Bikerush. He's going to need the Marv over here. The Venoms are still flying around. Another Sonic emitter comes down on the front line. I think Eclipse is out of money here, though. And this is the thing, is that Bikerush has a lot more money in his control because he's harvested that field. The Redeemer facility is going to go down here before he gets that unit out. That's so unfortunate for Eclipse. He doesn't get that unit out. Another refinery comes down. I think that's a mistake. I think that second refinery is a little bit too greedy because these units are on the brink of death here. And there's another War Factory down. There's Juggernauts shelling from behind this mountain range. Rage Gen comes off. The Venoms are going to make a move onto the Juggernauts, but the Redeemer is not moving back. The Redeemer needs to fall back right now. He does turn it around, but it might be too late. One more Juggernaut shot and it's all over for that Redeemer. No, it's going to just narrowly get away. Mine Drop gets dropped on top of the Juggernauts on that left-hand side. Oh my god, the damage to the MCV. What was that? I've never seen anything like that before. Redeemer does get garrisoned by a flame weapon, as well as a engineer to start the repairs. Black Hand Squad's actually being built from this barracks. What is that? Barracks being sold off. He needs to deploy his MCV. There we go. The MCV does get deployed, but there's 3 Juggernauts here ready to bombard up. The Obelisks get dropped right on top of those Juggernauts. Here we go. This could be the push that Eclipse needs. He needs to continue this push, but the Marv is slowly making its way across the map, and when the Marv gets over here, that could be lights out for Eclipse. Engineer is there. He needs to put that inside of the MCV. He needs to put the MCV. Oh my god, he's not going to put the engineer in. Maybe he can't because of the laser fence. But sometimes it bugs out and you can't put it in, even when the laser fence disappears. And there we go. The MCV does go down. Eclipse, I think, is in a lot of trouble here. Double Obelisk drop is right there, but the Marv is almost here, and the Redeemer is going to fall. Oh man, I think Eclipse is out of steam here. You know, he went for that double ref. He probably has a lot of money saved up. To be fair to him. He probably does have a lot of money saved up. Bikerush actually sold the MCV over here. He sold the MCV over here to fund this push. Eclipse could maybe try and actually move down here. He doesn't know that this got sold off, though. And that's the issue. The Marv now moves in. The Obelisks are still causing quite a lot of issues within this base here for Bikerush. Another husk does go down. Bikerush has triple rocket in that Marv, which makes it such a pest for the Venoms. The Harvesters probably need to get out of here before they do get destroyed. And, oh man, I think Eclipse is in a lot of trouble here. He's building Venoms. There's too many Venoms. I don't know what these Venoms are for. I don't understand. Like, the Venoms aren't helping him in any way in this game. They've killed a few husks and that's it. Like, but if you didn't... Oh, I don't know, man. I think these Venoms are just a waste of money for Eclipse because there's no reason to build them. There's no sniper teams on the field. There's nothing like that which the Venoms are actually any good versus. Bikerush actually doesn't have an MC. Oh my god, Bikerush doesn't have any production. Oh no, he does have it. He has a War Factory right there. I thought Bikerush was almost out of the game. Eclipse is moving to the bottom right hand corner. Okay, so he's not out of this just yet, and I think he's identified that there's nothing down here for Bikerush, and he can re-establish himself in the bottom right hand corner. He needs to sell off that Obelisk. He needs every dollar he can save her right now, and he has a refinery ready, I think. No, he doesn't. I thought he had a refinery ready, but he's placed whatever building he had down. Does he have the money to quickly place down 2 refineries? It looks like he does. He could cancel that Obelisk.
Unit lost.
And APCs are being spammed out. This Marv, it has to stay next to a War Factory to get repairs, so it's going to delay it from moving out and pushing an attack on this right-hand side. And I think Eclipse should be able to recover, but will he have enough time to actually recover and build an army? His economy will recover, absolutely, but does he have enough time to build an army as well to defend this economy? That's the question. And Eclipse needs to get some more Harvesters down here. Yeah, there we go. The Harvesters are starting to be transitioned. Obelisk comes down to pick off that Harvester. I think Eclipse might be okay here. That Harvester does go down. Has Bikerush? Bikerush has got his MCV back out. Oh no, he got a stealth tank crushed by a Juggernaut. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, that does suck. That's a really unfortunate thing to have happen there. Where is the Marv? The Marv is moving to the north of the base. It still hasn't fully recovered its health. Bikerush needs to be careful here with these units, though, because he can drop 2 obelisks right on top of them. And there's 1 obelisk down. He's going to focus down the Juggernaut with that straight away. Really good placement there of that obelisk. He is going to get that Juggernaut, and another obelisk comes down right on top of those APCs. Now, where are the units? Eclipse needs units. He can't just rely on obelisks now. He needs to get some units out. Refinery is down on the left-hand side for Bikerushownz, and the power plants are now being focused down. This is so annoying for Eclipse. So frustrating for him to have to deal with this, being focused down. And he needs another obelisk over here, or some Scorpion tanks. Scorpion tanks are really good versus APCs in this sort of latter stage. You can pretty much go 1 versus 2. Like, 1 Scorpion tank with lasers will kill 2 APCs. We can see on the minimap, though, this EMP control center has been claimed by Bikerush. Eclipse must have a lot of money. He doesn't have a lot of money. I can't believe that. That really surprises me. I thought he would have quite a bit of money. The Marv is here now. Eclipse, he doesn't seem to have very much for the economy he now has. Minefield's going to come in, though. That could be huge. That could take off so much health. There it goes. Oh, my God. It's down to 50% health and a double obelisk drop. And he's going to reverse move into more mines. This Marv is going to go down. What a play from Eclipse. Brilliant stuff, and he takes down Bikerush's Marv. Second refinery has been built over here, but there's stealth tanks in the base. And this stealth tank play may be what he needs to just keep Bikerush on his toes and get himself back in the game. Bikerush doesn't have any tech to speak of either. He's all the way on tier 1. But these units from Bikerush are completely uncontested and are ripping out the power supply of Eclipse. He has 2 upgraded power plants over here. There's pitbulls moving around the map, stealth tanks being produced, laser buggies coming out, and Bikerush is going to get pushed here. I think Eclipse is going to go across the map and try and drop obelisks in this tip field, and that's going to be really tough for Bikerush to stop with no tech. Is this a tech assembler? If this is a tech lab, he's okay. No, it's an airfield. Interesting choice, but also could be quite effective. Harvesters over here for Eclipse trying to mine the main field. They're going to get destroyed. Here we go. Redeemer facility comes down on the front line. Wow, Eclipse has absolutely no fear, man. He's going to go all in on this. He knows that if he can push Bikerush out of this position, he probably wins the game. But the issue is he going to lose this position? There's pitbulls and rocket squads moving in. There's going to be hammerheads coming to support this base as well. Sorry, not this base, this attack. But no, Bikerush has turned around. He's turned around. Where's he going? He's going to the north side. Maybe he thinks he can take out this Redeemer facility, but I think he's making a mistake here. He could have come in here. This is completely undefended. He scanned it as well. He knows it's undefended. Here we go. Laser buggies are going to try and chase down the pitbulls. They're not really the ideal counter. This tech lab may go down. If the tech lab goes down, he's going to cancel the Redeemer. Obelisk comes down. There's a Grenadier inside of that. Oh my God. There goes the tech lab, and this Redeemer does get cancelled, and that means no more obelisks, and he's actually all the way down to tier 1. What a game this is. This is ridiculous. Man, I don't know who is in front here at this stage. Scorpion tanks are being built on the front line. They're going to be really difficult for Bikerush to deal with. Laser Scorpions without any tech to speak of is going to be really difficult. That's a really dangerous place to place that tier 2, because Bikerush could just come in and snipe it. There's pitbulls and hammerheads here. The pitbulls obviously aren't much of a fight for hammerheads. No, I don't even know what I said there. I'm just going to move on. A lot of harvesters coming around. They've got some Tiberium in them, so Eclipse has still got money to fund himself. Scorpion tanks coming out. Yeah, they're just going to... Oh my God, there's a... There's a Sonic emitter here. He doesn't have Emp coils either. No, he doesn't have Emp coils. Going to try and use the Hand of Nod crushing to do damage, but the Hand of Nod ball missed. He missed with it. Here comes a big Emp. Oh man, I don't know. I feel like that's a bit of a waste of the EMP. A flame tank comes out. Has his tier 3 been rebuilt? He's not actually building one. He's not building a tier 3. This game is so close. Sonic emitter shot comes down on the flame tank, but the Sonic emitter has been destroyed. Juggernaut's coming out. A Sonic emitter is almost down again here for Bikerush. This MCV is going to continue to move forward, but the Sonic emitter comes down. He needs to deploy that MCV. Oh my God, it gets hit by a Sonic emitter shell, and there we go. He deploys it again, but it's too late now. That Sonic emitter may be able to just take out the MCV with the help of the Juggernaut. And now there's pitbulls moving in on the south side, trying to take out that base in the bottom right-hand corner, or at least the economy of it. The MCV does go down, but there's Scorpion tanks moving through. Bikerush may struggle to kill these Scorpion tanks because Sonic emitters aren't the greatest in the world at dealing with them, simply because you can dodge out of the way of their shots. The MCV... Oh, there's an engineer here. What's he going to try and capture with that? I'm not too sure, but the economy in the bottom right-hand corner is being picked off by just a handful of units. Well, these are... undozer-bladed Scorpion tanks move through the base, and they're going to try and take out what's remaining down here on the south side of the map. The tech lab has been sold off, so there's no more sonic emitters for Eclipse to worry about, but there is hammerheads that can be built by Bikerush, and I think Eclipse knows that that is the issue right now, is he doesn't have anything to deal with the hammerheads. He's actually in a lot of trouble of just losing all of his harvesters here. He has nothing to defend these harvesters in the right-hand side of the base. He's going to take out the airfield, but Bikerush can obviously just rebuild that. Shatterer tanks coming out. Interesting choice. And again, these Scorpion tanks without Dozer Blades, man, it's such a shame because Dozer Blades is so important. And now there's bikes coming to reinforce to take out the hammerhead here. And the Scorpion tanks are going to continue to rip through. But Eclipse is running out of money, though. He's got no harvesters left. He's got no refinery on this southern field. He's going to have to win with what units he has left. And I don't think Bikerush is going to lose when he only has to fight this army. The bikes do come back to reinforce, but he's lost all his harvesters already. The bikes are going to clean up the units here, but they needed to do that a minute ago before all the harvesters were destroyed. Bikerush has killed every single harvester that Eclipse owns. He sells up this base, and he's going to just make a last stand. I think he knows that Eclipse has no money. He needs to sell off that building to get a harvester out. If he can get a harvester out, he is still in this game. Sell off this Redeemer facility, and he wins the game, I think, because there's infantry coming out now, and there's Shatterer tanks, and Eclipse can't push that just yet. He doesn't quite have enough. The bikes are going to come in. They might start the MCV. No! Bikerush is onto it. Oh my god, that could have been a huge moment. There is a harvester out. He needs to sell this building. He does sell the building. There we go. I think Eclipse is still in this game. He should kill that tip spike right now. Oh man, what an epic game this is between these two guys here. Blackhand squad is going to move into the garrison here, and that's going to be really difficult for Bikerush to get rid of. It's going to probably kill a few infantry units. No, oh, there's a grenade squad. Never mind, that's going to be pretty easy for you to clear when you do have that grenade squad. Tip Spike is going to get destroyed here. And Eclipse, he's built another harvester. He's back in the game. There's actually... Oh no, I thought that was a rifleman member there, but no. It is not a rifleman, and Bikerush is making a move, man. Oh, this is such an interesting game. Eclipse needs to get these units to a war factory. Bikerush has left his base completely undefended. This war factory here is going to get sold off. He needs to probably re-establish himself in the bottom right corner, doesn't he, Eclipse? Because he's just going to lose these units. Shatterer tanks, man, what an interesting choice. That's so risky because bikes can just dodge the Shatterer tank shots. There's actually a power plant down there. Eclipse would probably want to find that and take that out. One Shatterer tank is going to come back to base. And Eclipse moving in with the Scorpion tanks. Man, this is a very interesting game. I'm not sure how this is going to end. Eclipse needs to be able to hold this attack. I think he needs to send the Scorpion tanks back, because if he holds the attack, Bikerush is in a really bad position. The Shatterer tank hits the bikes. He's taken out 3 bikes with the Shatterer tank. That should never happen, but he obviously was not looking at that direction at the time. The Scorpion tanks need to fall back, and Bikerush is making a push on this bottom right-hand field here. And Eclipse has built a refinery. Oh, man. He's built a refinery. He hasn't re-established an army down here. I think he's made the wrong choice by going for the attack. Where are the bikes? The bikes need to get back here and defend against these Shatterer tanks. There's freaking rockets in that building. That's so frustrating for Eclipse to have to deal with. The Scorpion tanks are going to turn around now. Where are the bikes? Where are the bikes? There they are. They're coming back now. They're really strong versus the Shatterer tanks, but he doesn't want to run through that building. He needs to make sure he doesn't run through that building. Eclipse is slowly getting pushed out of here. He still has an economy in this top corner. I don't know if Bikerushownz has enough DPS to kill what's here for Eclipse, though, because this... Oh my god, there's rockets in that garrison. He knew that Eclipse was going to try and come back from that direction, and he's been able to take out some of the Scorpion tanks' health on the way back. This MCV is now under attack. Scorpion tanks are being rebuilt. He's going to be able to flank the units here. Bikerush not paying attention. May lose a Predator tank before it's even able to shoot back. Here we go. Where are those Scorpion tanks? They've headed it a little bit too far away for my liking. They need to get in there and help with this fight. Even if they lose their lives, they need to get some damage off on these units. They don't even shoot a shot there, that one. But here we go. Another couple of Scorpion tanks are out on the field. He's focus fired each unit. Oh my god, man. He could have focused down one of those tanks already, but he's been splitting his fire. There's more reinforcements coming from Bikerush. Where are the bikes? He needs the bikes over here desperately because... Oh, he sells out. Eclipse loses. Oh, man. Oh, man. The focus fire from Eclipse cost him that game. What an epic game. That was an absolutely amazing game. And Bikerush, man, he does get the win. I'm going to say that. That was a really good game. Epic game. GG. And well done to Eclipse. He does get the win. No, sorry. Well done to Bikerush. He does get the win, but Eclipse played really well. Move to game number 4. Welcome to game number 4 of the series between Eclipse and Bikerushownz. The north right-hand side of the map is the orange GDI. I feel like I'm watching myself play. It's Bikerushownz. And in the bottom left-hand corner is the green, not vanilla. It is Eclipse. So, obviously, Eclipse 3-0 down in the series. But last game was very impressive, and I think it was just a few minor decision-making errors and a few minor micro mistakes at the end of that game that did cost Eclipse the game. I actually thought he was in a favourable position with about 2 or 3 minutes left in that game, but unfortunately was not able to close it out. So Bikerush, though, he will be feeling the pressure. He will know that he is not just going to cruise through this series as well as he thought he was. That's not a good start for Eclipse. That's really not a good start for Eclipse, but not the end of the world, actually, because it's a little bit more driving time, but, you know, it could be worse. You could place it back here, like Master Leaf would, and that's probably worse. But anyway, few scouts engagements in the middle of the map. Bikerush, of course, with the rifleman squads, will be victorious. Their rifle squads obviously stronger than the militant counterparts. We are going to see an anti-scout come off from Eclipse, so Bikerush beacons the ref and says, "Hello, Master Leaf." Doesn't want to re it. Mind games. That's I respect for Bikerush and Eclipse there, because Eclipse says, "Oh well, I made the mistake. Let's just move on." And Bikerush was offering to re the match, so that's really good sportsmanship between these guys. Honestly, if I was Eclipse and Bikerush said you want to re, I'd be like, hell yeah. I mean, the last thing you need versus Bikerush is a disadvantage, and this is a disadvantage. So here we go. Militants are going to move through the middle of the map, trying to find out what Bikerush is doing. Bikerush not doing anything, just ecoing. APC does come out though, so here we go. There's something a bit different here. Bikerush building an APC early. Not pit bulls, not more harvesters. He's going for an APC. What are we going to see from Eclipse here? Second War Factory does come down, so it's going to be an early double War Factory play from Eclipse. Is he going to try and put the pressure on Bikerush? You would feel he is. He's going for Scorpion tanks instead of bikes. That's a very interesting choice. We did see that there are pit bulls out on the map for Bikerush on the right-hand side here. Moving across with an APC, so it looks like Bikerush is going to try and do this mid-game push with an APC, rifle, and pit bulls, but unfortunately, Eclipse has not gone for a refinery, so this push isn't really going to achieve too much, at least on the expansion field, because Eclipse doesn't have anything there. So the Scorpion tanks, of course, really good versus pit bulls. He doesn't want to be getting shot in the rear armor, though. Oh my god, they do. Oh, he's going to walk into the minefield. Oh, not good. Oh, he's going to walk into the minefield with another one. Oh man, Eclipse. I think he's falling apart here. I think he's falling apart. He's not focus firing. He's gone 3 War Factory all in. Here we go. It's 3 War Factory all in from Eclipse. Does Bikerush know? Did he see it?
Construction.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he was seeing it. He's going for another ref. He definitely doesn't know. He definitely doesn't know. Eclipse is going to jump in big time with a massive swarm of units here. And this is a really good situation for Eclipse to find himself in. No second War Factory from Bikerush. He does have quite a handful of pit bulls here, and the barracks does come down, but Eclipse needs to win in the next, like, 2 or 3 minutes, though. This is the issue, and I don't like Scorpion tanks. They're too slow. You need Bike Buggy for this. Scorpion tanks are more expensive. They do pretty much the same DPS, and they're slower. You need to put damage out quickly, and I don't know if he's going to be able to push through with these Scorpion tanks, but he may just do it because he has so many. He has so many units. He's focusing down barracks, which is a silly play because you have Raider Buggies to kill the infantry that comes out anyway. He's going to move into the tip field. Here we go. So the Scorpion tanks now are going to try and start focusing down harvesters, but the Guardian Cannon comes down. I don't think Eclipse is going to be able to do this, man. I don't think he's going to be able to break through. He's gone for freaking Scorpion tank. Yeah, and he quits. I mean, Scorpion tanks don't work. Not versus GDI. Maybe versus Scrin, but not versus GDI. Not versus GDI. It's not going to work. Alright, welcome to game number 5 of the series. We've made a return to Tournament Dust Bowl. I'm not sure how that's been allowed to happen, but we are here on Dust Bowl. Eclipse here in the north as the green, not vanilla. And see how this Bikerushownz GDI again. So it's GDI versus Nod match all the way through so far. But will Eclipse get a few wins on the board and make Bikerush be forced into a change here? Eclipse now 4-0 down in the series. I've been really disappointed, actually, to see Eclipse go down like this, because I know he's good enough to take quite a few games off of Bikerush. But unfortunately, just struggling a little bit here. I have now learned that there is $15 on the line for this show match. USD, that would be, I would imagine. Sponsored by Onch-Onch Bigmoule. So thank you, Bigmoule, for sponsoring the show match. Well done, mate. But here we go. This could be the final match of the series. It would be pretty sad to see this be the final match of the series, because it doesn't really do justice to the skill level of Eclipse. But here we go. Bikerushownz obviously is just a beast, man. He's just a beast. He just knows how to win. Raider Buggy comes out, so he's going to look to cut off the Rifleman Scouts here from Bikerush. Bikerush is probably going to be able to get to this garrison, though, which is going to be really annoying. Yeah, he is going to get to that garrison, so that's frustrating, and he's still going to get a Scout off. And he's going to dig a foxhole. Oh, it's going to be close with that heart. Oh, the Shredder Turret gets it. Oh, no, he doesn't get it. Oh, that's so unfortunate. So it must have finished digging, like, as the Shredder Turret shot. Because some of the members did die. That's such a strange interaction. I've never seen anything like that before. But there we go. 3 Harvesters out. 3 Harvesters out, so nothing out of the ordinary from these players. There's a lot of rifles out coming into the base from Eclipse, from Bikerush. Not keeping any in the garrisons back here. And now he has 3 rather weak riflemen all moving into the base. That Buggy is going to try and fall back and pick some of these guys off. But yeah, Bikerush is just going to be annoying and dig foxholes everywhere in the base of Eclipse. And it's such an infuriating thing to have to deal with. Because he'll dig a foxhole up here, yeah, and he's going to focus down that power plant. And slowly they do pick away. Riflemen do quite a nice amount of damage to buildings, and especially later into the game, if AP ammo gets upgraded and so on, it just makes them that so much more powerful. But here we go, APs. Whoa. I was thinking about AP ammo and then I just said APCs. But no, there are no APCs. There are pit bulls, however. Finery down for Eclipse. I'm not sure if Eclipse knows these pit bulls are on the way. But he is building Scorpion tanks, so maybe he does know. And even if he doesn't know, he's safe from them anyway. 5 Harvesters here for Eclipse, 5 Harvesters for Bikerush. Only 1 over here, because he did go for those couple of pit bulls. The pit bulls aren't really going to be able to achieve anything here. Scorpion tanks continuing to be produced by Eclipse. It's really interesting how Eclipse goes for this. I mean, it works versus other players. It works versus me, even. I'm not afraid to admit that. It's Scorpion tank play versus the GDI, but versus Bikerush's GDI, man, I'm just not sure, because Scorpion tanks historically aren't that good of a unit versus GDI. They never really have been, just because of Orcas, Predator tanks, and Hammerheads. Between those 3 units, it's really difficult for Scorpion tanks to achieve a hell of a lot versus GDI. They're okay versus Talons because of Titans being more expensive and just a lot slower and clunkier and all sorts of that sort of stuff, but here, yeah, not so much. But we are seeing him transition into bikes as well now, so it's going to be a mixture of bikes and Scorpion tanks. And honestly, Bikerush doesn't have a hell of a lot. He's obviously going to go straight for that Guardian Cannon. Here goes the army of Eclipse. Is going to make a move in here. There are Scorpion tanks, there are bikes. These Harvesters are in really dangerous positions. Yeah, he's going to focus that one down. He's got to focus that one down straight away. He's going to get another one on this left-hand side. You would think the reverse move actually sends the bikes into the Harvester instead of away from it. Here we go. The bikes are going to move in and get another one as well. So 2 Harvesters go down straight away, and the bikes are now moving across to the right-hand side where there's no defense. Guardian Cannon does come down, but we're probably going to see another Harvester go down here for Bikerush. Yeah, and that'll be a 3rd Harvester down. He's down to only 2 on this field. There's a 3rd one off the line. Another Harvester does go down, but most of that army does get cleaned up. But not a bad start here for Eclipse. He does achieve quite a lot of economic damage, and Bikerush is sort of stuck on tier 2 while he is about to get his tier 3 up. He still has 2 war factories, so he still has a lot of units and Bike Buggy on the way. But here we go. Eclipse is now going to be on the defensive here and find himself in quite a bit of trouble, I imagine, defending this. He does have his tier 3, but a lot of units are on the way. He is starting to pick off some pipples in the middle of the map, so that's really nice. The more he can thin down this force before it gets to his base, the better for Eclipse. And And he's just going to retreat back for now. Tibcore probably on the way. Yeah, it looks like Tibcore is on the way. These hammerheads don't want to get too close to the bike buggy. Oh my gosh. You don't want to be throwing hammerheads away. They are an expensive unit to throw away. AP ammo has not started for Bikerush here. So that is a bit of an error there. Maybe he isn't going to commit too much to these hammerheads. It's maybe a bit of a fake out, and that's why he hasn't decided to go for AP ammo. But typically AP ammo is just always worth going for versus a Nod player, because watchtowers are very powerful against the units that Nod has in defense. Even stealth tanks, they are quite strong versus. Catalyst missile does come down, take out a refinery. Bikerush, of course, has gone for a tech assembler, or a tech lab. Tech center, there we go. All of the ones I hadn't said. There's actually rockets going into these garrisons. That's really annoying. APMO is still not done for Bikerush. Is it on the way? No, it's still on the way. And we're going to see again this Marv. Oh man, he's just running through. Oh my god. I mean, to be fair, there's nothing down here for Bikerush to defend. Yeah, he's going to run straight into a pretty much undefended base here. Tibcore just finishes right as he enters the base as well. This could spell the end of Bikerush's economy here. There's actually too many buggies here. Maybe Sonic Emitter comes down and he's running through. There's so many harvesters here. Bikerush has so many harvesters. It's ludicrous. He's already lost 3 this game. He just lost 3 more, and there's still 7 over here. 6 over here, and an 8th and a 7th over here. So that's about 14 harvesters Bikerush has had throughout this game. And oh man, he's running through these infantry units still, and he's just losing units to them. Marv is going to be close to being out. The Marv is almost out, and while Bikerush still has an economy here, man, he still has 6 harvesters. How does he do it? I don't know. Has Eclipse gone for a second MCV to center the right-hand side? Doesn't look like it. Preds and APCs with rocket squads are making a move over here. But, oh man, he's still losing units to these random garrisons. This is so infuriating for Eclipse, I imagine. And the Marv is going to make a move with the help of an MCV. And Bikerush, he's going to have to fund this off fumes, especially because if Eclipse is able to get in and kill more harvesters, it's going to be quite tough for Bikerush. But of course, he can Marvest this field, which is a big advantage, really, when you think about it. Avatars are being produced. They're going to start heading to the front line. I think Eclipse needs to get some EMP buggies out. He needs EMP coils to deal with this Marv. He doesn't want to let the Marv Marvest, because if the Marv Marvests too much Tib, it's going to be really difficult for Eclipse to fight this, because he's going to be losing his Tiberium while Bikerush is gaining it. I'm not sure where the army of Bikerush went. Did it get destroyed? I don't know. We'll focus over here where the big fight is going to be happening. War Factory is down on the front line for Bikerush, but not producing anything out of it. Continuing to move forward here is Bikerush with his MCV. Here we go. Here comes the mine drop, possibly on top of that Marv. There it is. The mine drop is going to come in. There it is. Bang. But it's not moving. The Marv isn't moving. And the Sonic Emitter does detect it. Bikerush has seen it and is not moving his Marv. Avatars are continuing to reinforce. We are now seeing Spectre Artillery be deployed. And the bike buggy on the right-hand side is going to make another move. Still no AP ammo out for Bikerush. And this Marv has down dropped to half health. So Eclipse, I think, in quite a comfortable position here. But there we go. Right as I say it, 2 Sonic Emitters dropped on the front lines from Bikerush. They are going to get focused down rather quickly. Eclipse needs to get a barracks and a war factory down over here as quickly as possible. And now Bikerush moving through this tip field, harvesting. Maybe going to crush a harvester here. No, that's weird. It did the crush animation but didn't crush it. Very strange there. But another Avatar has gone down. The Husk gets destroyed by the Juggernaut. The bike buggy is in the back of the base trying to kill the tech lab. Why would he try and kill the tech lab? Of all things, kill the economy, man. I know that he has a Marv harvesting your field, but if he has no harvesters, you're going to win the war of attrition eventually. Spectre Artilleries are going to be rather frustrating for Bikerush to try and deal with, and Avatar does get reclaimed. And the MCV is now under threat of going down here. And I bet we're going to see a nice Sonic Emitter drop right on top of those obelisks any time now. But maybe that won't matter because there's enough DPS here. Here we go, double Sonic Emitter drop right down onto the Spectres. None of them go. He quits. Why would he quit? Oh man, Eclipse, I don't think he should have quit there. He was still in the game. Like, I don't know. I feel like he just got tilted after that third game, which he probably should have won, and unfortunately, Bikerush will win the series 5-0. GG's from both guys. Eclipse, unfortunately, falling quite to the wayside there at the end of the series. But GG, well played Bikerush. He played really well. I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you later.